Nonfiction. The seeding. Did other creatures actually come from other planets? Part 2. Prepared for audio file. 2016. Introduction into One More Perplexion. By Euthrania Sela Sentana-Ries Cortez. And Jamie Sentana-Ries Cortez. Representatives of the Federation of Free Planetary World Nation. Dear readers and wise ones, there are many seemingly complex questions which humanity throughout the generations have been struggling to find the answers to, through the long drawn-out processes of both archaeology, Scientology, and many other various formats of intriguing and self-serving examinations. But, the one thing missing were the factual compositions which had been taken and cauterized out of your holy, or space texts, leaving you the people, generation after generation, reincarnation after incarnation, high and dry without a hope in piecing the whole of the universal total, of what really happened, back together. Therein, in this second segment, we take a further look at just how did the animal kingdom arrive in one piece upon this new world. And in fact, were so many transported safely at all? The gathering completed of each species. The extraordinary gathering. When each world, for not all have mountainous regions or grasslands and so on, had gathered their multitude of diverse species, then cross-species were begun once upon the new earth for bracketing. Bracketing was the once known process of taking two pure of any species, no matter what they were, and hybriding them across the line. Across the line generally meant to take two species such as an owl and a fox and cross them to make an animal whose helix DNA would be strengthened and not weakened for a continuation of the species, which would neither eat of itself nor eat of others, either the whole owl, or the whole fox, nor the hybrid cross of the two-other, as pronounced twother, or two other halves put together. We called it elementary physics. Elementary physics began with a cocoon nest, or two halves of something. Test tubes. The embryo babies. By the time the new earth or world was reached, the test tubes containing the male and the female of two of each species, which ran into the millions as each starship one upon the other documented their cargo, saw tiny embryos slowly forming. The setting up of section laboratories were the first constructions. Temporary labs were set up throughout the earthen plateau or New World, and many scientists and lab technology along with their specialized cargo, set out to re-establish on the New World an incubation laboratory for the progress of the multitude nest eggs of a sort, to continue in their growing and developing process. Asbestos. Non-layer crossbar out, placed together in sectors. Almost white material. Non-metallic. No silver. No gray tone. No light nor medium gray tonnage. Tonnage being utilized in language as a color, dear ones. 3 feet 3/4 inch pre-asbestos, pre meaning before, and in this case compression. Pre-asbestos 3 feet 3/4 inch, into 1 inch asbestos board which maintains the composition of both the thickness for sectioning off light, as well as keeping out heat and unwanted and unnecessary vibrations. In other words, the finished product of asbestos for laboratory construction is called repository climax. In order to inhibit the traits of the cancer-causing asbestos, the scientists maintained the properties through polarizing the content. Example: strict polarization of the cellular asbestos content. Continued in Part 3. Euthrania Sela Sentana-Ries Cortez, a representative of the Federation of Free Planetary World Nation.